Hi, good afternoon again, everyone. I'm Kadean Smithen from the Department of Marine Resources from St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, so St. Kitts and Nevis is a twin island federation with a fishery sector which focuses on reef or fish, Caribbean queen conch, Caribbean spiny lobster, and coastal and ocean pelagics. So we have 8 major fish landing sites, and they include Viet Bay, Sandy Point, Old Road, Bastyr East, Bastyr West, Newcastle in Nevis, Charlestown, and Indian Castle. I should also note that all of those landing sites are in St. Kitts and which are in Nevis. Now, some of these locations are distinguished by their predominant or distinctive fishing activity. For instance, the Bastyr fisheries in East Bastyr is where majority of the conchs are landed, while the fisheries landing spot in Nevis, they function mostly with like the gear and equipment and ice and walking freezers and stuff like that. For our aquaculture, well, basically over the years there has been like a numerous efforts that has been made to get the aquaculture industry going in a meaningful way here in St. Kitts, but we have had several challenges that we have met. Now, little by little, we have seen a bit of growth taking place with regards to the sector, and we have more farmers who are more interested or who has now begun to take part in the lucrative industry. And there are like 7 facilities here in St. Kitts and Nevis that produce tilapia, Florida pumper production, which is something that is on the hiatus, and there are 2 CMOS production farms. At the Bastyr Fisheries Unit, we have the Bastyr Fisheries Unit in St. Kitts as well, Bastyr Fisheries Complex, sorry, and the Old Road Fisheries Complex here in St. Kitts. We also have a fisheries complex in Nevis as well. These fisheries complex, they help to market the fishers catch. They also have, they add value added services to these fishes where the fishes are cleaned. They have packaging, so some of the fishes are sliced and they make fish products from some of these fishes. They also provide ice and storage for the fishers, so whenever they may not have sales for their fish at that particular moment, their fish and fish products can be stored at the fisheries. Now, on the slide in front of you, you will see a trend in the domestic production, and this ranges from 2012 to 2022, where all the landing zones that we have listed before, they have remained active. However, in 2015, there was a significant rise in the amount of landings or catches being brought in over the 8 major landing zones. And in 2016, we started to notice that there was a decline. So for our industry operations, we have over 250 fishing vessels that are presently operating, that those vessels are licensed by the Department of Marine Resources. The main type of fishing vessel that we have is the open pirogue, and they ranges from like maybe 10 to 25 feet in length. Most of them have like outboard engines, and less than about 10 vessels are over 30 feet, which are powered by an inboard engine. Now, the main fishing gears that they use are like trap, hand line. They use trolling, spear fishing, conch fishing, surface long line, bottom line, hand line, and beach line or rod and reel. So for the fisheries management, so we're a small country and our department is somewhat relevantly small, but what we do, we partner with several different agencies to deal with the management or cooperation within St. Kitts and Nevis. So we have the Department of Trade that help us to deal with our imports and exports. the Department of Maritime Affairs that helps us with the for navigation and operational safety, because you know that of course they're the legal authority that has to do with license of registering of vessels that will go on the high seas. We have the Coast Guard would help with some of our enforcement. Of course, Customs and Immigration, those help with, you know, with the stuff that may be coming inside the country, or airports and seaport authorities, which is CASFA, and for Nevis it is NASFA. They help with vessel entry and national safety and or security, Ministry of Health, Bureau of Standards, and the Ministry of Legal Affairs. There's a restriction, sorry, on the use of spear guns. So for us, no person is allowed to use spear gun for fishing in the waters of St. Kitts and Nevis without having obtained a written permission from the director. Now, you have some size restrictions. You have some size restrictions on Caribbean spiny lobsters and the queen conch, as well as there's a minimum mesh size for nets and traps. So these are the species that we intend to gain protection for, which are the foraging and nesting turtles, or groupers, parrotfish, Caribbean and spiny lobsters, as well as for the queen conch. Now, for the spiny lobsters, we have to ensure that if it is undersized, we have to restrict it. So it can't be less than 9.5 centimeters in carapace, sorry. And for the queen conch, the shell, it can't be smaller than 18 centimeters in length. Or for the conch, the shell has to have, like, it should be flared out, or well, a flared lip, sorry. So for those, we would have the restrictions on. So within St. Kitts and Nevis, the Department of Marine Resources, sorry, is the international institution that deals with the framework for the marine resources. So we are currently in the process of revamping our Fisheries, Aquaculture, and Marine Resources Act, which our vision is to conserve, manage, develop, and sustainably use fisheries and aquaculture and marine resources in the waters of St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, so these are some of the external agencies or partners that we work with. We have the FAO, the UN fish stocks. Well, we have a fish stocks agreement with the UN, the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanisms, and so forth. Next. So for our research, education, and training, the Department of Marine Resources, we have partnered with the St. Kitts Sea Turtle Monitoring Network and the Nevis Turtle Group to support scientific research publications, which includes the leatherback turtle nesting and health parameters for over 13 years. We've also had the youth and empowerment through education and awareness, capacity building opportunities, and training has increased and is focused for continued development. Also, we have fishery involvement and support has also increased through the partnership and participation in fish festivals and exhibitions on both islands. So for technology, in the past, we used the Caribbean Regional Data System, and this was used to collect the fish landing data, which was then input into an Excel sheet, and a monthly report was created. But now we currently use the fisher management database, and it is a modularized and cloud-based fishery data management tool, which will be used to improve the data and information management for evidence-based decision making. We currently are in the process of acquiring our VMS, our vessel monitoring system, to deal with our monitoring and control. We've tried in the past and we were unsuccessful with our measures. So now we're trying to incorporate another means to ensure that we can properly and safely monitor and control our waters for local vessels and our international fleets in the future. So we're currently doing some literature review for our Blue Economy initiative. Yes, in the past, we have made some attempts, but it was not completed. So we're trying to kickstart that again. So we're looking into creating like the blue economy projects, our policies. We're looking at the comprehensive listings of national priorities which are relevant to the blue economy, as well as the blue economy strategy and framework document and the action plan for the blue economy framework. So these are some works that we will be doing, our future plans that we're looking at, that we will be doing under the OECS, and they are listed on the screen, and that will be all from St. Kitts. Thank you.